So, according to some very credible sources online, including some well known ufologists and some very well known YouTubers within the UFO space, NASA has just released some footage from December 2024, which shows a craft captured from the live stream of the ISS space station. We're going to take a look at that. That kind of is breaking news if that is true from NASA. And we're going to look at some other footage as well that was captured from the ISS live stream, which is incredible footage. If it's real, it is truly remarkable footage. So before we actually get into that new NASA footage, let's take a look at some of these other quite incredible pieces of footage which have been recorded from the International Space Station. So this recording was actually released by quite a few newspapers and publications and media websites around the world, one of them being The Sun, which is a newspaper in the UK. Probably not one of the most trusted newspapers in the UK, to be honest. But, it was one of many newspapers and media channels and digital channels that actually released this footage. I think this one's really interesting. Now, there were some debunkers that suggested that the camera on the ISS space station itself was actually facing Earth, and what you're seeing is human activity. That's what the debunkers say. A lot of people recorded this footage, and it was seen again because many people, thousands, probably millions of people around the world are watching the ISS live cam at any one time, because strange things happen on it all the time. If you watch it, just strange things happen. Even I was watching it the other day, and as people that watch these ISS cams will know, is every now and then the camera's cut out, the feed cuts out, or they blur the feed. And only the other day they blurred the feed, but then you could see these things moving across the screen, different shapes, almost like a spaceship, essentially just moving across the screen. And it's blurred, so you can't see anything other than there's sort of an outline of a shape in the blur, and it happens all the time. So whilst debunkers say that what we're about to see could be human activity or is human activity, the thousands, if not millions of people that saw this live, because for some reason the feed didn't go off, suggests that the camera was actually facing out to space, as it also does a lot of the time. So let's take a look at the footage, and let's see if we think it's human activity or a fleet of UFOs caught by the ISS. See, I'm just going to stop it there. So the debunkers claim that what the ISS is actually looking at here is the ocean, and that what's being picked up is a fleet of fisherman craft moving across the ocean, or actually the ISS is probably moving, and those are ships on the ocean that are giving off light and obviously moving slowly as well. But as the ISS goes past, it just captures the light of those boats, those fisher boats, and they believe this was over Japan, and that the fishermen were actually fishing for some kind of squid or something that you get in Japan. That's what the debunkers say. Now, just looking at that does not at all look like some some fishermen and their boats on the ocean as the ISS flies over. That it just doesn't. It just doesn't. And actually, if we go back just here, if you just look at that little white dot there, don't know what it is. Let's assume that this is pointing out to space. So let's assume that's just a star that's being picked up. Whatever these are, block that out. They block that little dot out. And therefore, it must be in front of whatever that dot is. There, see, it's blocked out. Blocked out again, and now it's visible. So whatever these are, they're going in front of whatever that is. How could that happen if they were boats on the ocean as the ISS goes over? I think it's a pretty weak debunk claim. And like I said, thousands of people witnessed this in a live environment watching the feed. I think the feed, from memory and having read up on this, was eventually cut. Too late, obviously. People had seen it. I think that's a pretty weak, shitty debunk claim to suggest that they are boats on the ocean. Let's just go back and watch it again from the start. So somewhere from here. So they come into view. So you can imagine the ISS space station. It does have multiple cameras on it. It's looking out to space. And then bang, this fleet of UFOs is caught in the distance. And it's impossible to tell how far away they are. They could be miles. They could be hundreds of miles, thousands of miles. The distances in space are so difficult to actually judge. But that has to be one of the most incredible things caught on the ISS, or from the ISS rather. And what's even more interesting is none of these other dots are moving. I don't know if they would be moving. I mean, if the ISS is looking out to space, you would assume that they would be moving, obviously more slowly. I don't know, but nothing else is moving, which suggests, if we were looking at something on the Earth, as that camera moved along with the ISS, then everything should be moving. It shouldn't just be this fleet of ships, fishermen, boats. I don't know. Something just doesn't stack up with that debunk claim. Probably one of the most incredible pieces of footage ever captured from the International Space Station. And there have been a few of late. So make up your mind on that one. This video actually has been highly publicized. So I was just checking if it actually goes in front of any other of those dots. See, actually, it's not just that one dot. It's all the dots, all the little stars in the background. Let's assume they are stars. Every one that it goes past, it covers. So it's definitely closer to the ISS than all of these, let's call them stars. It's definitely not boats. Absolutely no chance is that boats floating on the ocean floor. They're UFOs, or maybe it's debris of some kind. I don't know, but let's assume. I mean, they look like UFOs. It looks like a fleet of UFOs to me. Make up your own mind, but to me that looks like a fleet of UFOs. Now, we are a new channel, so please do subscribe. It really will help us grow, and support us at UFO Connect. And also do hit the notification bell as well, so that you are notified when new content is submitted. Not only will we have new content on the channel every day, but in a few weeks' time, that would be early to mid-March 2025, we will be launching UFOconnect.com. UFOconnect.com has an archive that's freely available with thousands and thousands of UFO cases, documents, images, and videos hidden and pulled out from deep inside national archives, government archives, and various archives around the world. They're very hard to find documents that I can guarantee many people around the world have not seen. So again, please do subscribe to our channel, and again, hit that bell so that you are notified of our latest content.
I don't think I have to.
WIF standing for Worksite Interface. It's going to assist Gerst in setting up this portable foot restraint onto the station's robotic arm.
Okay, Okay, Wheels, I'm going to put...
the station's robotic garb.
Okay, Wheels, I'm going to put a red on the front flap of this, and then I'll bring the red around to the back of the shroud. I'll see how that works, if that's all right with you.
So what we've witnessed just there is again another International Space Station live feed. This time a spacewalk. I'm not entirely sure who the astronaut was, but it's pretty obvious that there's a spaceship in the background, or a UFO or a UAP, whatever you want to call it. It's there. Yeah, I think it's pretty undeniable. I don't know what this footage. I believe it was taken in either 2024 or 2021. I'm not entirely sure when it was taken, but it's quite recent. Again, it was hidden for a long time. We'll run through the video again.
I don't think I have to.
With standing for worksite interface, it's going to assist Gerst in setting up this portable foot restraint onto the station's robotic garb.
See the UFO in the background.
Okay, Wheels, I'm going to put...
the station's robotic garb.
I mean, you can't deny that there's something actually there, and actually just sort of above the circled bit, you know, to the left of it, you can even see a little bit more, perhaps, of what that is. It's a UFO. Governments will say it's a piece of equipment, or I don't know, a rocket part, you know, maybe it's part of a rocket, or maybe they'll say that's a satellite or something. But do you know what? Sometimes I just think people, these governments, these in the know people, you know, Elon Musk, Brian Cox, the really famous British physicist, you know, lots of other people, you know, they say there's absolutely no sign at all, and they say this all the time. There's absolutely no sign of UFOs, aliens. They've had no signs whatsoever, and it's just like, what? They must think we're stupid. That's clearly a UFO. It's right there. It's black and white. It's undeniable. They are, you know, that they exist. What they are, we don't know. That's why, you know, we refer to them as UFOs rather than aliens. We don't know what it is, do we? But it's something. It's something not man-made, and it's there, and it's been caught on camera. I assume I haven't had any footage of this particular incident beyond these few seconds that we have. I assume the feed was cut, like it always is when something appears in the background. But again, another really interesting video from a very, you know, an official NASA ISS video camera. Yeah, it's a UFO. And one other thing that's really interesting about this particular recording is not only that it was leaked, you know, again, I'm not entirely sure whether NASA released this or whether it was leaked. But what's really interesting is, you know, people, I mentioned Elon Musk there, who has said many times that, and you know, he says, if anybody should know, I should know, because obviously he works, you know, and operates in space, but not him personally, but his SpaceX company. You know, he actually says there is no existence of aliens. There's no existence of UFOs. There's no evidence of aliens. There is no evidence of UFOs. And it's just, when he must watch these videos. What does he think they all are? They literally think that us, you know, the average person, are just fucking stupid. He must do. Just like the other in the know people. I mentioned Brian Cox as well. Brian Cox is a physicist in the UK, and actually he produces a lot of great content on physics and, you know, science and everything. He did a great show years ago called Wonders of the Universe, which was amazing. But even he says, even on Joe Rogan's podcast, that there's no evidence of life. Well, yes, there is. There's some right there, I think, and we've got thousands of other pieces of evidence. just in our archive alone, you know, there's thousands of archives just filled with evidence. So I think what Brian Cox probably means is they haven't found evidence of life on Mars. Maybe that's where he's thinking, like Mars or the moon, which, yeah, maybe they haven't. But in terms of the cosmos, come on, of course there's life everywhere. It's teeming with life, and it's here as well, you know, whatever it is. It's around us, and you know, I think this is just one of many thousands, tens of thousands of pieces of evidence that exist. Let's just finish the video off.
Okay, I'm going to put a red on the front flap of this, and then I'll bring the red around to the back of the shroud. I'll see how that works.
It's just the end with the astronaut. Yeah. Very cool video, one that I've seen before, but it's great to see it again. Again, I don't know when it was from, but pretty conclusive. So here is the footage that has been released by NASA in the last couple of days. And I've not seen this footage yet. All I've seen is a couple of pictures from this footage. The pictures alone are incredible. They are, without doubt, some of the highest resolution, clearest images of a UFO, UAP potentially ever taken. And the fact that they come from NASA and they come from the ISS Live Feed, it's quite mind-blowing. But I haven't seen this video yet. The video does have some subtitles and a bit of a voiceover from another channel. So let's watch it. Let's see what NASA has just released, because it is supposed to be incredible. And this is the breaking news that we've been waiting for. NASA actually releasing something to support the fact that the UFO, UAP phenomena is real.
We need to talk about this. As part of the Trump-Musk investigation into government secrets, NASA has been forced to release files from the ISS related to UAP phenomena. I'm just going to let these play here, pictures too. I'll replay them. What do you guys think of these?
Wow.
This one's my favourite. Watch it disappear. That literally vanishes into nothing. I mean, these are
Wait a minute. Wait. This I haven't seen. Let me just see that again.
I mean, these are...
Okay, let me finish the video.
Extraordinary. Let me know what you think in the comments.
This is the one that I saw the pictures of. I mean, wow, look at that. I mean, that looks like it's got propulsion, though. You know, one of the themes amongst all UAPs and UFOs is that they have no signs of propulsion, which is what makes them so obviously not man-made. That has a stream of what looks like, you know, like a rocket to me. That looks like it's got propulsion. That's shit, actually. Looking at that one, I haven't seen that one before. That looks like a rocket. That one. It looks like the SpaceX rocket with the, you know, the propulsion behind it. Some of that footage is incredible. Some of it's really cool, but there's a couple of things there that I question. Let me just finish it. I mean, that looks pretty cool. But again, that could be a rocket. Okay.
We need to talk about this. As part of the Trump-Musk investigation into government secrets, NASA has been forced to release files from the ISS related to UAP phenomena. I'm just going to let these play here.
This is, I mean, there's not only one, but just to the north of it, there's another object. I mean, as this comes into focus...
I'll replay them.
Wow.
What do you...
It actually looks like it's spinning as well. It looks, I mean, it's saucer shaped. It's that typical sort of disc shaped. It looks like it's spinning. That one there is the one that I saw the picture of. That's incredible.
I'll replay them.
That's incredible.
What do you guys think of these?
And this one, oh my God, that's just insane.
This one's my favorite.
But this one ruins it for me.
Disappear.
I mean, that is so easy to do in any software. You get free software and do that. You could do that in Canva. That just doesn't look real to me, the way that it
This
just
one's my
sort
favourite. Watch it disappear.
I mean, again, it could be a UFO and it's some sort of cloaking technology as it comes into our atmosphere, so it's not being seen. That has been reported, but it also looks quite. I don't know. I don't want to say that it's fake because I don't believe it is. Any of this is fake, but I also think I don't trust NASA entirely.
That literally
the way
vanished.
that it just sort of disappears.
This one's my
almost
favourite.
looks like a sort of cheap visual transition that you can get in Canva.
Watch it disappear. That literally
maybe.
vanishes into nothing. I mean, these are.
I mean, if it's cloaking,
extraordinary.
that's incredible.
Let me know what you think in the comments.
This is just amazing, really amazing. But this is, for me, this is the weakest part. You know, the transition that we just saw, that could be replicated in something like Canva. I think I'm not sure about that one. I'd like to think that maybe that it's a UFO that's got some sort of cloaking ability, and as it's coming into the atmosphere, it's cloaking so that we can't see it, and that's why the infrared cameras work, perhaps, because they're cloaked. But this one, I mean, that's got a propulsion system behind it, so that one doesn't excite me too much. Nonetheless, the fact that NASA has released footage that is, you know, UFO, UAP related, is a massive step forward. I mean, it's not the first time they've done it, but this is very recent. And some of it's incredible. That disc that looks like it's spinning and sort of coming in and, you know, coming towards the ISS space station, spinning and then, you know, going back, and there's another object behind it that must be traveling at tremendous speeds. I don't know how fast the ISS goes. I think it's tens of thousands of miles an hour. So that thing to be able to come in, sort of turn and go back, you know, that must have unbelievable maneuverability and speed. So it's incredible. It really is amazing footage. I'm just not sure about that last piece there. That looks like it's got a propulsion system. But yeah, amazing footage. Look, thank you again for everybody that's watched the video. Please do subscribe, and we will be releasing the next one soon, which has some unbelievable footage taken and recorded around the world in the last couple of days. So look out for that one.